Does it look frustrating to see value error or div error in your spreadsheet calculations? In this video, we'll understand how to handle this using if error. Stay along to see how to use if error with VLOOKUP. Hello everyone, you're watching a Sip and Learn video and I am Himanshu Nasa. Let's get started with a few example scenarios of how to use if error. Let's assume I need to look at the percentage change in sales in 2020 over 2019. It could be done with a simple formula which compares the 2020 value with 2019, and I want to calculate the percentage. I can drag this formula down and I have the results. But in this data, you would notice I get two kinds of errors. The first one is the value error because 2019 data is actually a string. I am comparing a number with a string and it yields a value error. In the second error, this is a div error, which is coming because I am dividing a number by a zero. Now, we could be having multiple kind of errors, but presenting it in this way looks a little unprofessional and we would want to clean it a bit. One way to clean it up is actually using the if error formula. An if error function takes two arguments. The first argument is a calculation or a lookup, which we are trying to achieve here. And the second argument is what to do if the calculation or the lookup yields an error. The second argument could be an error message or an alternate calculation. Let's apply it in our example. In the percentage increase column, I will put an if error formula and retain my calculation as the first argument. And in case the calculation yields an error, I need an alternate value. And in this case, that alternate value could be a NA or a not meaningful message. Let's put it over here. I can use the same calculation and put a if error around this. The first argument for if error is the calculation that I am doing. And the second argument is, let's say, NA. That's it. I'll drag this formula down. And now you see two places where we had a value error and a div error. Now we see a NA message over there. This looks much more presentable. In the second example, we'll use if error along with a VLOOKUP. Here I have sale data of various salesmen of a company, and I have another table listing the region of each salesman. I'm going to pull their region in a column in this table, and I'll use VLOOKUP to pull the region. I'll look up the salesman in this region list and return the region. I can drag this formula down. You will notice there is a salesman in February 2020, which is salesman 5, is not listed in this table. However, this table notes in case of a other salesman, it should be a corporate region. We could do this using the if error formula again. If this VLOOKUP yields an error, so I'll retain the VLOOKUP as the first argument of if error, and the second argument would be the default value, that is corporate, which would come up for all the salesmen other than salesman 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'll drag this formula down. And now you see you have corporate listed in front of salesman number 5, which is the desired result. In this case, you would notice that we are not using if error to display an error message. It is actually used to provide an alternate data point. Let's look at another example. Here is a list of 17 employees with their leave balances at the start of the month, and the second column lists the leaves availed in this current month, and I'm required to calculate the ending balance of each of the employees. It can be calculated through a very simple formula using the starting balance minus the leave availed. And when I drag this formula down, I have value errors at multiple places. That's because wherever there is no leave availed in a month, there is a none message written. Now this is actually a string, and we are trying to calculate a number minus a string, which gives a value error. Now in this scenario, if there is no leave availed, actually I need the starting balance itself. And I could use if error formula to do that. I will again start with the formula that I have put in, and I'll use it as the first argument of if error. If error, this calculation, and if this calculation fails, I need the starting balance itself. That is, there is no leave taken in this month. When I drag this formula down, now you would notice wherever there is a message called none, we are getting the starting balance itself as the ending balance. And this is the desired result. I hope these examples helped you to understand if error better. Follow my blog Sip and Learn and subscribe to this channel for more videos like these. Thank you.